And welcome back to the Real Table Podcast. That's it. That's that. We're reviving it. We're bringing it back from the dead. We're resurrecting it after. It's you know what? Hold on. I'm in my room right now. Boy, I hope, can you hear that? Hear that noise? I'm playing Call of Duty Black Ops 2 Zombies right now, and I figured that I might as well record because I don't know. I was getting the feeling. I was getting the hunger to record again. And what better? Come on, what better way to and what a better thing to do at what time is it? 3:16 a.m. than to play some Call of Duty, kill some zombies, and I died. Wow, 3 rounds. That's for those of you who aren't familiar with Call of Duty Zombies. It's essentially a survival game. And the longer you go, the more impressive it is. So let's just say 3 rounds, not very impressive. It's like getting a new job and quitting after 28 minutes. Nothing to brag about, not very good. But anyways, how have you been? I just checked. The last time I did a Real Table podcast was August 10th of 2019. So almost 4 years to the date. 9 days short. It's been a while. I mean, lots has happened. We had COVID happen. That's essentially it. So anyways, here we are. What is it? It's August 1st, 2023. As I said, it's 3:17 in the morning. I have to be at work at 10:45 in the morning. I mean, easily less than how much time would that be? Like 7 hours and 20 something minutes. So I got to wake up at 10 a.m. So I mean, this is pretty normal for me, being up this late and just I don't know, kind of dicking around and reading and watching movies, TV shows, and playing video games recently. Video games is something I've gotten back into. I I'm not sure what it is, but the last handful of years, I don't know what it is. It's definitely some sort of sign of getting older, but it just feels like I would get more tired playing video games. Like my eyes would legit just droop and get tired, and I'd be like, I gotta stop, and then I'd put it down, and then I'd kind of wake up again. Not really sure why, because it doesn't happen when I play with friends. When I'm by myself, though, it just didn't work. And there were some times where I really wanted to play it. Like a friend of mine, Alex, got me Resident Evil 3 or 4 on GameCube. So I was really excited to play it. And it just got tired doing it. Not like, oh, I hate this thing or whatever. I didn't even get that far into it. But like I'm just actually getting tired playing this thing. I don't really know what it is. But anyways, enough of that. You're probably wondering what I've been up to the last 4 years. And it's been kind of a lot, but I don't really think so. But anyways, let's get to it. There was this thing called COVID. And we remember the COVID era or time. It's time. Or no, era. That's the one. It was rough. It was brutal. But, I consider us past it, at this point. But this isn't going to be a COVID, Remember in March 12th when the whole world kind of was put on pause? Remember when your mom kept asking you, hey, can you pause that live game you're playing? And you're like, no, I can't. It's live. And she goes, why can't you? Well, we kind of did that with the economy and the entire world. We just kind of pressed pause, and 9 months later, we kind of restarted the the Xbox again. It was brutal. It was awkward. It was difficult. Lots of arguing and whatever, but got through it. So really, okay, let's go back a little before that. So 2019, from what I remember, I was watching the Diamondbacks choke, not really do anything. I went to Mexico in late 2019, November 2019. That was a lot of fun. Did we go to Cozumel? There are a lot of zombies. I'm going to have to get out of here. I think we went to Cozumel for 5-6 days. Lots of fun. I would totally recommend going to Cozumel and Cabo San Lucas. They have some great resorts. A lot of fun. Went with a big family trip. It was a great time. But anyways, uh oh, buy the gun. Oh my god, I hate when you're getting momentum when you're playing this game and you go to buy a gun and it just gives you the like worst. Well, I guess that's not the worst, but what gun is this? It's the Cap 40. Yeah, whatever. So anyways, Mexico's great. Came back. Started going out with someone for about I think it was a year and 9 months, or something like that. So from like late December to September 2021, that's how long we were together. And then didn't work out. So then after that, well, we're doing a recap, so I gotta be honest and tell you. But in August 2021, my grandmother was diagnosed with pretty serious and intense cancer after she fell and hit her head, and she passed away about 5 weeks after that. So mid-August to early October was a really rough and difficult time, and then early September, that's when I got broken up with. So it was a quite an emotional roller coaster at the time, because you're still trying to work, you got bills to pay, you're still trying to save up, and it was just a really rough, awkward, weird time. Some people grew closer, some people didn't grow closer, which didn't make sense to me. But it's what it is, and we're actually coming up. I've talked about this before, I imagine, but August is the roughest month in my life. Ever since 2016, August has been easily the most brutal, difficult month of the year for me. Like, since 2016, I think I've had maybe 1 or 2 Augusts where it was good, nothing happened. And it sounds weird to say that you want nothing to happen, but that's how I feel about August. Holy crap, I got 5,000 points? When did that happen? August was just a brutal month for me, and it still kind of is. Wow, a sniper rifle. That's just... You gotta be kidding me. I do apologize about this controller. I don't know how loud it is, but, we're gonna... I would like to keep doing this more on a weekly basis. So I'll get it figured out. Maybe I'll bring back the infamous table. I guess I was using a table. The real table on the last couple podcasts. I really wonder how loud this controller is going to be. But I don't want to have it, I don't want to sit too far away, because I want to be close to the phone so you can hear me. But anyways. So, jeez, what happened then? So, in November, started going out with a friend of mine. Whoa, jeez. And that lasted from November 2021 to June 2022, yeah. And then, one thing, I guess, I could do a whole podcast on this if I really wanted to. Not going to, but I could. I got a job at the post office. And I gotta tell you, I lasted 7 months there. It was brutal. It was rough. I doubt it, but if anyone is considering working for the post office, let me give you a little piece of advice. Don't. To quote The World's End, I got a better idea. Yeah, just don't do it. It's not worth it. And like I said, I worked there for about, I think 7 months, or like a day or two short of seven months. And I joined the post office because I was told that you get paid pretty well just for delivering mail and you get great benefits because it's a government job. And the benefits were great. I didn't even get a chance to use them, but you kind of don't want to use them in a sense. But, you know, we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about why I didn't cut it as a mailman. And the reason is simply because this. It's awful. It's poorly run. They have no idea what they're doing, and they treat employees like, you know, dog doo-doo, especially new employees. If you're a new employee at the post office, I mean, God help you. It's brutal. It's awful. Oh, I'm gonna die. Yep, I died. 6 rounds. I don't get this. I got to round 27 without even trying. Now I'm desperately trying, and I can't even get to round... I can't even get half of that. Because half of 26 is 13. I can't even get to 13. Oh, my God. And it's 3:26. I can't do this all night, but... Oh, my God. I would like to maybe have this thing go 45 minutes to an hour, so it's already been 11:20. So, let's keep going. Anyways, the post office just... They overwork you. I was working at least 60 hours, but on average it's about 65 hours. Sometimes it was 70. I'd wake up at 7, start work at 8, and, you know, go in the beginning with training. The first month was training. It's nice and easy. Although the first week it was like training started at 5:30 in the morning. It was in downtown Phoenix. It was brutal, man. I guess the no traffic is nice, but oh my God, just to wake up at, you know, 4:30 or 4:45 and to drive into downtown Phoenix in a really bad, sketchy area and just sit in a room and they're talking about the mail. It's just boring. And I get the legalities. Is that the word? Legalities of it. But why do you have to start at 5:30 in the morning? Oh, but you get done at 1. Okay, great. You still have to be there at 6. Oh, and I remember one day they were like, "Hey, don't worry, guys. You can show up at 6 tomorrow." Great, 6 a.m. Awesome. Thanks for that half hour. That's not even the length of a Law and Order episode, FYI. I have to tell you, for whatever reason, I measure time in 20 and 40 minutes, and my reference is an Office episode is 20 minutes, and a Law and Order episode is about 40. It's really 21, 22, and 41, 42, but and I'm so mad at myself because it sounds like something I would do, but I can't take credit for the Law and Order 40-minute joke because that was from CinemaSins, the YouTube channel. But it's so funny and it sounds like something I would do or say. It is something I would do or say, but can't take credit for it. And I'm a big credit guy, to quote Michael K. So, and I find you can use it. Try it out sometime. You're hanging out with friends and something's 40 minutes away or somebody says 40 minutes and you're like, wow, that's just under a Law and Order episode. It will get a laugh. They might give you a weird look, but they will laugh. Use it on a first date? I don't know about that one. But you're with the bros or you're with a couple guy friends and there's a chick there and you kind of have a crush on her. Give it a shot. Although Law and Order might be a little, I guess it's more of like, not an adult show, but it's a show that our parents, you know, watch. Like I'm 27. I don't know any other 27-year-olds my age watching Law and Order. Like, nobody's saying, hey, man, you want to come over and watch Law and Order SVU? And you're just like, yeah, man. How many people out there even know what SVU stands for? I know what it stands for. I'll give you a second to think about it. Okay. It's Special Victims Unit. You know what? I just realized something. Even if I finish this thing and want to upload it, how long is it going to take to upload? I wonder if I just screwed myself recording this late. If I'd done this at 1 a.m., it would have been fine. Oh, jeez. What am I doing with my life? Oh, jeez, we're going to go down that route. Is this one of those podcasts at 3:30 in the morning where I'm going, what? Where did it go wrong? So either way, the post office didn't work out. So I went back to my old job, and I got to tell you, I was so much happier. Well, still am, but I'm so much happier at my current job because I was making bank at the post office. I was making bank, but I had no free time. By the way, I'm not going to turn this into a hate thing against the post office or whatever like that, but I just don't want to go down that thing again. There were so many things that just pissed me off about that place, how they treated me, how much they worked me, how they just used me and all this other stuff and kind of lied to me, but I never got the full truth. Or, you know what's annoying when you start a new job is you ask 5 people one question and all 5 people give you different answers. That's kind of what it was like at the post office. You're like, okay, how does this work? And you get 4 different people telling you 4 different ways to do it, and you're going, all right. The manager, the boss certainly isn't helping me. I almost said certainly. Like Sean Connery. Certainly. Hot shingles, you say, in your area. In my area. Oh. I got the ray gun pretty early on, so this could be a sign. Like, if I can make it on a deep round, like if I can get to round 20 and go out, I think I might call it. But I'm not going out on round 6. Round 6? Like, what are you doing? What I should be asking myself that. What am I doing right now? I have to be at work at 10 a.m. No, 10:45. I have to be up at 10 a.m. And I'm resurrecting the Real Table podcast? Like, what am I doing? By the way, I had to turn the AC off just so you could actually, like, hear my voice crystal clear. Because if I had the AC on, since I'm sitting right next to it, it would have, it probably would have, yep, I'm dead. Come on! Where did that other zombie come from? Round 5. It's very ironic we're resurrecting this podcast, but I keep dying in this game. I like the juxtaposition with that. Like, what? Let's think about titles for this podcast. Let's call it the Die Resurrection. Oh, jeez. This is just... about the game. Life is decent at the moment. I'm more upset with this game because it just takes so long to... You die, you can't pause the game immediately and exit out of it like you could in Black Ops 1. That was cool. You have to read the stats. That takes a minute, 2 minutes. Main menu comes up. You have to press start match. Gotta wait another 2 minutes. It's like 5 minutes of just feeling like an absolute loser. Wait, what am I doing? Okay. Maybe not 5, but it's definitely 3 to 4 minutes long. And it's just, it's too long. And for a tiny-ass map like Town, which is the map I'm playing on, why is it taking so long? Like, I don't know. I guess Voyage of Despair on Black Ops 4. You know, I'm not going to get into a commentary on video games. This is not the podcast for it. I'm not going to hate on the post office, and I'm not going to comment about video games. I'm not going to comment on Call of Duty zombie maps right now. We'll do that on a later one. But not this one. Oh my god. But anyways, I think I'm pretty caught up with everything. Oh, I guess one thing I forgot to mention. Where are these damn zombies at? They're nowhere. There's one. I bought a car in July 2020, which is strangely enough is the 3-year anniversary. Like a couple days ago was the 3-year anniversary of buying my first car. It was a 2010 Honda Civic. Bought it at the dealership. used. 2010 had just over 80,000 miles on it. And I will say this. Let me bring up COVID one more time, because there actually was one positive in the COVID era, which I know a lot of people are going, what? What could be positive with the COVID era? Well, check this out. Because practically the entire world just shut down. Again, we're pausing the Xbox game. I was able to save up a lot of money because, again, everything was essentially shut down. So there wasn't really anything to do. And thankfully, I was able to keep working. I'll remember that debate, too, where it's just like, what jobs are essential, what isn't essential, and, places like weed places were like, dude, we're essential. Like, people got to get high to get through this stuff. And other people were like, well, we're essential, too. And it's like, yeah, okay. But either way. So I guess my job was deemed worthy of sticking around. So with nothing to spend money on, I just saved it. And also, I was going out. I had a girlfriend at the time. So, we had to get creative and come up with, let's have a picnic. Let's go out and drive up north for the day and just do all this other stuff. So I had a car. I had a Pathfinder, and honestly, I love Nissan Pathfinders, but they're gas guzzlers, and they don't get great gas mileage. So either way, still love them, but it was time for this one to go. It was I was at work on a shift, and the car just broke down on a delivery at the hotel, and I'm like, this is not good. And so I thought it was a battery. So guy jumps it for me, and I'm like, thank you very much. And in my head, I'm like, I gotta get back, but I have to get on the freeway to get back. It's the quickest way. If I don't get on the freeway, I have to take a bunch of back routes, and it's just not gonna work. So I get on the freeway, it starts dying, and I'm not even that far. I'm like 5 minutes from the restaurant, but I'm not gonna make it back. So I have to pull over, and again, I'm just like, it's gotta be the battery. And it turns out it wasn't. I don't remember what the issue was, but it was something. So anyways, long story short, we had to get a tow truck, and I'll be honest, I had to call my dad because at first I just could not get it figured out. But it wasn't super late, so I called him up and I said, hey, can you come out and meet me and look at this thing, because I don't think it's a battery, but I don't know what else it could be. So he came out and looked at it, and he goes, yeah, we can't get this fixed tonight. We just got to get it towed back. So got the tow truck out, but it was also weird too, because the tow trucks, like, we called 2 or 3 guys, and they were either closed, or the only ones open were in like Mesa, which is already like a borderline 40-minute drive away. Just didn't make any sense. So we finally get a tow truck to come out, tows it back to the house, and now begins the old search for a new car. So obviously I had to call out of work because I didn't have a car. Can't do deliveries. So they weren't thrilled with it, but they get it. So again, long story short, got the Honda Civic, and because I was able to save up so much, I was able to put a pretty huge down payment. I mean, I'll be honest, the car was about 11,000, give or take, or maybe like 12, and I put down, I think, 55 or 6,000. So essentially, like, half of the car, that was like the down payment, which I get. That's definitely not the norm. It just isn't. But again, I got lucky, and I was able to save up and didn't spend on anything. And it was also cool because since I put so much down, I only got a 42-month payment. And after this month, I'll have 6 more payments. So February, the thing will be paid off, and I'll have that. What is it? The deed. I'll own the car. It's late. I can't think of the proper term, but you get what I'm saying. So anyways, that was pretty cool. I love my Honda Civic. Toyota's still, I don't know. I always have a soft spot for Toyota. I still think Toyotas are the best car, but I'll be honest. When I was when I was doing research on what car to get, my big thing that I was looking for was, I don't want to say mileage, but like I wanted a car to last a long time, and my dad was telling me Honda Civics are known, when you take care of them, they can go far. So I did some research, and practically every single article I read said the same thing. Honda Civics are the car to buy if you want a car to last. And even one said, best car to go 300,000 miles if you take care of it. Number one, Honda Civic. And I thought, all right, well, I think that's going to be the one. And here we are. Now, it's not perfect. The only thing I'm not a huge fan of with my Honda is it's just low to the ground. And I just don't like it. Most of the trucks I've been in, even when I was a kid, they were high up on the, not high like a monster truck, but you got in as more level to where you were standing. With Hondas, you have to like go down and bend in, and just, that's the only part I'm not a huge fan of. I guess I also miss having a truck, because when you have trucks, you have options. Like, you can go out and do stuff. You can help people move, no problem. You can with a Honda, but you're not calling your friend who's got a 2010 Honda Civic to help you move, unless you have 3 other people and you're the 4th guy. Oh, I ran out of ammo with that gun. Now a bunch of zombies are chasing me. Hey, we're on round 6. We're making progress. Nope, maybe not. Maybe not. Okay, I think we're good. You know what I have to do? I'm probably gonna have to record and not play video games, because I don't know how many people listening to this are gonna even know what the hell I'm talking about when it comes to I'm playing Xbox, I'm playing Call of Duty Black Ops 1 Zombies, I'm on town. Like, that's a foreign language for some people. So I do apologize. I just felt kind of bored, and I'll be honest, I was a little anxious. I've been thinking about resurrecting this thing for a month or two, but I didn't really know the best way to do it, the proper way to do it, so I thought, hey, you know what? Let me play a video game while I'm doing it. That'll kind of chill and relax me a little bit, and I think it's doing the trick, but yeah, whatever. Again, it's also late. It's 3:43 a.m., and I don't have to do this, but I'm going to read once this is done. Which, by the way, I'm reading Game of Thrones. I want to read it before I watch the show, and I've seen a couple episodes, and it looks good. It looks entertaining. I'll give it that. But watching old shows or even movies where, you know, it's just... it takes place with like horses and castles and dragons and all that stuff. I mean, dragons are cool, but I don't know. It's just kind of like an acquired taste. Like, I really got to be in the mood to watch something like that. Like, whoa. Like, you can't just put Braveheart on. I really have to be in the mood to watch it. I haven't actually seen Braveheart. I've only seen parts of it. And even the parts I've seen, it's very, very little. I should watch Braveheart, but man, I think it's like 3 hours long, and it's kind of sad when you watch Mel Gibson. You're like, oh, Mel Gibson, Braveheart. Man, don't record those voicemails, dude. Just keep it together. Man, I remember listening to those Mel Gibson voicemails, and like every week they seem to get one more was released, and you're like, oh, that was awful. Can't get worse than that. And then the next week it's like, whoa, it got worse. Oh, it was brutal. Then anyways, Game of Thrones. I'm enjoying it. It's 694 pages in the first book, and I am enjoying it. For a story that takes place in a time of, I guess, dragons, although the dragons aren't here yet, and people fighting and with swords and my lord and blah 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 as you wish, and just all this fancy talk. I actually am enjoying it, and I like most of the characters, so that's cool too. My only complaint with Game of Thrones is like, man, does it lag sometimes. Like, you'll read 10 pages in a row and go, dude, what are we doing? What are we doing? Can we get this going? Like, let's get the ball rolling here, cause this ain't doing it. This ain't it, Chief. I don't even know that this ain't it, Chief meme. I gotta look into it. Like, do some research. But here we are. Oh, we just reached the half-hour mark. That's cool. I really hope I can keep doing this on a consistent basis. Because I think in some ways this kind of keeps me grounded. And, whoa, oh, I'm dead. Oh, no, I'm not. Because one thing that I've been struggling with is not motivation, because I am a motivated type of guy. I am. But within the last couple years, it's just been... I've been so worried about money and saving up for the future and all this other stuff that I've kind of put some other things in my life on hold, like drums and hanging out with people and going out and doing things. I've been putting I'm investing more time in working and saving up. So it's definitely not like, oh, you're lazy, POS, you're not doing anything with your life. Well, I mean, in some ways I am, but in some ways I'm not. I am currently, my game plan is I'm saving up for a down payment for a house. And I've been doing this for a couple years, but the last year it's really ramped up. Because in the beginning it was like, oh, wouldn't it be cool? Let's just start saving up. I don't know for what, but let's just start saving up. Oh, you know what? I guess that is another thing I've been up to. I created another savings account, and every week I've been putting $100 away. So I essentially have two saving accounts, and a checking account. And one of them, it's literally just been me putting $100 away every Sunday, just transferring or depositing $100 away. And I started doing that in August 2020 or September 2020. And that's been working out great. But, again, that's not fun. It's very responsible and mature to do something like that. But, it's not, no one's calling it fun. It's not fun transferring $100 over to your other savings account. It's cool, but, it's not like, it's just not fun. That's just not the word you would use to describe that. So what word would you use to describe it? So again, you see the dilemma. It's not like I'm wasting my life away, playing video games and not working and not saving up, for the future. But I need to kind of, because again, I've kind of put drums on hold. I don't play drums nearly as much. I played earlier today. I only played 6 songs, but it was still fun. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Okay, I got out of it. So like I said, there are a few things that I haven't been doing as much of because whoa. Because I've just been so stressed and worried about money and just saving up. So I've been trying to think of new things or old things, such as the Real Table Podcast, which is what you're currently listening to. And if I had any sponsors, this would be the moment that I would read said sponsors, which I don't. So insert sponsorship here if you'd like. Anyways, thanks for entertaining that bit. So just trying to become grounded again and pick up some new hobbies, bring back some old hobbies, and all that other good stuff. I don't think I'm going to get that max ammo. That's a real bummer. Well, I guess I didn't really need it in the first place. We're on round 10, by the way. Making some progress. I would like to... I would like to get to 20. That would kind of feel successful. It is kind of cool once you get to a certain level when you're playing video games or something. When you have a hobby, and starting out, you're like struggling. Like when I first played drums, it was about the Rolling Stones. Like, I want to play Rolling Stones. And then it was, okay, I'm going to play Rage Against the Machine, simple stuff. And then it turned into, I'm going to play Slipknot. Then I'm going to play Rush and Dream Theater, and Metallica, and, Tool, Anthrax. You can challenge yourself. So then you go back to playing the Rolling Stones and Rage, and you're like, man, these songs are so easy. So when you play video games like this, and you're playing zombies, you've been playing, getting to round 5 or 6 is embarrassing. It should be a given, So it's a pretty... You ever think about this? Do you ever think about, like I said, the progress you've made in something in your life, and you're like, man, look how far I've come from where I started and where I'm at now. This thing just got really deep on us, so let's just ride this train out. But you get to a moment in your life and you're just like, look where I'm at, and look where I was last year or 2-3 years ago. Because I'll be honest, it was January 2018. I had more money in my checking account than my savings account, and it was brutal. It was embarrassing. It was stressful, because that's when I started going back to college, and I had to get a new car, so most of my money was gone because of that. And I was I was trying to work, but it was still, part-time and going to college, so money coming in was just little to nothing. And I remember one time, I'll never forget this. A friend of mine wanted to go get lunch, and we got Barrow's Pizza, and it was really good. On a side note, if you ever find yourself in Phoenix, Arizona, go to Barrow's Pizza. Very underrated pizza place when it comes to just being consistently good. I've had bad Barrow's maybe 2-3 times in my life, and I've been there a lot in the last couple years, but there was a while where I did go to Barrow's when I was younger, but then I took a long break because I just forgot about it. And I've been going there a lot ever since then. But anyways, getting off track here, but we're getting this train back on the tracks. Anyways, a friend of mine says, hey, you want to go to Barrow's? And my first reaction in my head was, I can't, because I can't afford it. So I said, oh, yeah, sure, man. So I'm thinking about, okay, so if I get the pizza, no drink, it'll cost this. But if I get a small pizza or blah, 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 it'll cost me like this. And it was bad. It was like $7 to $10 that I had to fork up. But that's how tight money was for me. Like $7 to $10 was just so, it was like asking a lot, and it shouldn't. And we get there, and he's like, hey, okay, so what do you want to do or get? And I can't remember exactly how it went, but I looked at him, and I'm like, dude, I gotta be honest with you, I can't afford this. So if you wanna get a couple slices for yourself, I'll get a drink. I can afford that, but I just can't do this right now. And he took out his card, and he placed the order, and he says, I got you, don't worry about it. And he never brought it up again. And that was like the moment. What's the word? It starts with a C. The cataclysm? No, that's... I have my laptop somewhere. I could look it up, but... Let's forget I said that. Let's not use the word catalyst, because I don't know if that's the right word. It might be, but I just don't think it is. You know what? I'm going to get another gun. Round 13. Here we go. Now, if I can just get a ballistic knife. God. This is going to be brutal. Oh, shit. Okay, well, I just lost one of my guns. That's just brutal. Brutal. That's the word of the podcast, it seems like. Oh my god. Well, this game is going to get a lot more interesting. Oh, here we go. So, ever since that Borrows moment where I was brutally honest, because let's be honest, as a guy, as a man, I don't really feel like a man sometimes, but let's just say that I am. When you have to admit to yourself or to a friend of yours that you can't afford to do something super cheap like get pizza with your bro, it's low. It's embarrassing. And again, it was with great shame just to tell him that. And then he said, I got you, don't worry about it. And that was the moment where I was like, all right, I got to pick myself up and I got to rebuild this thing literally from the ground up. Like, you want to talk about a sports team going through a rebuild? That's what I had to do. And I'm out of ammo. So, this is going to be interesting. I have 3 ballistic knives, and that's it. Oh my god. This might be the end. I'm going to need an absolute miracle to get out of this. Oh my god. This is just not going to happen. Oh my god. The mystery box is not helping me. This is just... I don't remember the last time I completely ran out of ammo in the middle of a game. In the middle of a round. Well, I guess that's not the middle. It's the end of the round, but... Like, holy cow, I can't do anything. Oh, I guess I have one more ballistic knife. So anyways, so that was in January 2018, or February 2018, when the epiphany happened, or the watershed moment, whatever. Okay, I guess this weapon helps out. And I'm proud to say that I've really turned it around and saved up quite a bit. And it's cool because, like I said, there were some moments, man, where I was just like lay there late at night, looking up at the ceiling going, what am I going to do? There's absolutely no way I can do this. And here we are. So... I mean, yeah, 42 minutes. We're going to an hour. I don't care how late it is. I'm having a good time doing this. Plus, I'm gonna go as long. Okay, you know what? Here's the plan. I'm gonna go until at least an hour, and then oh, jeez, I almost died, but I didn't. I wanted to get to at least an hour for this podcast, but I'm also gonna go until I die in this game. So unless I die in the next 30 seconds, which I don't think I am, then we're just going to keep going. I like how I made this proclamation, but, here we are. Whoa. Whoa. Dude, I am like... I'm killing it in this game right now. Literally and metaphorically speaking, because I'm killing zombies. Or like Brad Pitt says, killing Nazis. But these aren't Nazi zombies. These are just regular town zombies, I guess. Although this does look like it takes place in like 1940s Europe or Great Britain. I know. Well, there's a sign that says bar in English, so obviously it takes place here. But either way, the cars look old. Everything on this map looks old. I need to get another gun, too. So, boy, I mean, yeah, that's kind of what I've been up to. That's the recap. Feels kind of a bummer that the Resurrection episode is the recap. Resurrection recap? Is that what we're going to call this thing? Kind of boring. I want to have Law and Order in the episode title. Somehow, some way. like Law and Order and Chill, but I don't want to. Yeah. Okay. Speaking of this, let me tell you a quick story. For those of you who don't know, the always classic Hall of Fame Netflix and chill. If you haven't heard that phrase before, it's essentially a code phrase for, hey, I'm gonna come over and we're gonna have sex, but we're just gonna watch Netflix. We're just watching a movie. Oh, I think I'm dead. Yep, I died. 15 rounds, and it happened when I was talking about Netflix and chilling. I probably had that coming. Unbelievable. 349 kills. One short of 350. That's ridiculous. Anyways, so Netflix and chill is a code phrase for like, hey, want to watch? You use Netflix and chill, which is code for, yeah, we're doing the deed tonight. But I didn't know that at the time. So when I was in a band and we had the group chat, and I said, all right, so we're practicing tonight, and he goes, no, we're just gonna Netflix and chill, lol, lol. And I said, oh, okay, it's a band bonding night. We get to hang out, put on a funny movie, make fun of it, get to bond and know each other. That's cool. And we were practicing at the other guy's house, so I had to pack up my drums, which was a huge pain in the ass, and drive over there. So, anyways, I pack up the drums. No, I don't. I did not pack up the drums. I brought sticks and a pad, and that was it. So I drive over there and walk into the garage, and you're making small talk for the first 10 minutes, and then one guy goes, all right, you want to start bringing in the drums? And I'm like, I didn't bring the drums. And he goes, why not? And I said, well, I thought we were going to watch some Netflix and chill. And he started awkwardly laughing, but not like cringe laughing, like he's making fun of you, but more like, dude, you know what that means, right? And I'm like, no, you're watching Netflix. And then he told me, and boy, that was pretty embarrassing, because I was dead set convinced that this is what Netflix and chill means, but I was dead wrong about it. So now you know. Now I don't know what to do with myself. It's too late to start another game. It probably took 15 minutes just to get to round 13. I'm not going to start another one. Yeah, Hey, you know what? I got an idea. We'll go... Oh, that was loud. I'll just play another map. Yeah, I'll do transit. I'm not very good with transit, so this one actually works. So, anyways, that was the recap of what I've been up to, and there are a bunch of little things thrown in there, but it's just, it's what it is. Life happened. If this is a serious podcast, that's what I would call it. I'd call it Life Happens, but it's slightly funny. This is a comedy first podcast, although I do try to be, well, we had some serious talks in here, so, you take everything I say with a grain of salt, because I definitely don't have it all figured out. A lot of people would gladly remind me of that, but hey, you know what? Where is the thing that I'm looking for on here? Nobody has it figured out. Wait a second. Whoa. Hold on. Wait, what the hell? Did I hit the wrong... Oh, Did I mess up? I think I messed up on the settings. This is strange. There's no bus out here. What the... Sorry, I'm very confused at the moment. What in the world? Wow, here's the mystery box. What the? What is going on? Hmm. Okay, you know what? We're gonna get out of that. That was a what a waste of time that was. I wish I can get that 2.5 minutes of my life back. So, anyways, like I said, it is August 1st, 2023. It's now 4:05. I gotta be up in less than 6 hours, and I'm still gonna read. Sorry, just drew a blank. You can tell I'm getting. Now I'm starting to feel it. Now I'm getting tired. But anyways, it's good to be back. It's good to finally record again. And I literally decided to do this probably 5 minutes before I did it, before I press record. So bear with me on that. I promise next time I will come more prepared. But I essentially knew that most of this was just going to be a recap of what I've been up to. Which, by the way, I've been single for the last year. I haven't seen anyone. I forgot to throw that out there. Um, so here we are. Um, like I said, my biggest thing right now is saving up for a down payment for a house. I still don't know if I'm gonna get a roommate or not. I have a couple people in mind. My preferred one would be by myself, but you know, you get roommate, that gives you financial comfort, which is always nice. So we'll see. Um, but that'll be fun. That'll be fun having my own place. Um, but you know, until then, just gotta put your head down. You gotta grind it out. Keep working for that dough, saving up that dough, and take life one step at a time. Take life one step at a time. What does that even mean? What does that even mean? Well, this is fun. Oh, you know what? I will make it. I'll admit something here. Last year, when I got broken up with and was working at the post office and it was miserable and the heat and everything like that. I was working 12, 13-hour shifts. I started listening to Pink Floyd and got into Pink Floyd pretty heavily, and now I'm a fan of Pink Floyd. That is something that I never thought I would say in my entire life, but here we are and I just said it. I'm a fan of Pink Floyd. I even wrote a Facebook post making it official. Like, I'm converting over. Here it is. I am a fan. Jeez. Can't talk. Getting worked up over Pink Floyd, man. Which is funny because I listened to two Pink Floyd albums when I was younger. The first one I listened to was The Final Cut, which I randomly picked out of my dad's CDs. I was like, oh, it's Pink Floyd. It's a big band. And I just happened to pick Final Cut. And man, that was a boring album. It still is. And I told him, this was over 10 years ago, when I was like in 7th, 8th grade. And I told him, hey, I listened to Final Cut by Pink Floyd. I don't really like it. And he goes, why'd you listen to that? Listen to Dark Side. So I listened to Dark Side, and I just thought it was too quiet and boring, and I didn't get it. That was it. I never listened to them again, and I hated them. But last year, when I was going through some stuff, and I was overall just really sad and kind of frustrated, but mainly just sad, and I was getting older and working a lot, and my body was just achy and tired and everything like that. My achy, breaky heart. It just, Pink Floyd, I got it. Like, I heard the depression. I felt the misery and all that other stuff. But it was a quiet misery. It was just, it felt like a 40-year-old man reflecting on his life, going, oh my God, what have I done and what have I not done? And I made it a thing. Every Sunday I would listen to the next Pink Floyd album. So I listened to Dark Side first, gave it another listen. I was like, there is something here. So the next Sunday I listened to Wish You Were Here. And I'm like, all right, I think there is something here. And then, Animals, The Wall, Final Cut, went through the end. And then I went back to the beginning and listened to early Pink Floyd. And I got to tell you, early Pink Floyd is just garbage. It's garbage. I don't get what people are listening to when I can't hear it. It's terrible. What do people hear in Bike that is just, oh my god, this is great. I don't get it. Like Piper at the Gates of Dawn, Uma Guma, Adam Heartmother, like what is this? If this was if they never made Dark Side of the Moon Onward, Pink Floyd would be one of those psychedelic bands that was completely forgotten about that a couple of musicians would be like, "Yeah, that was some good stuff." I would describe early Pink Floyd as experimental psychedelic, but also a bad impression of what is it? What's the Beatles album? It's Sergeant Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club or something like that. It just felt like a bad impression of that, where they heard that and they're like, okay, we want to do that, but do it our own way, and it completely failed, in my opinion. So, yeah, there is that, and for the people who know me, that is kind of a big deal because I was pretty vocal about how I hated Pink Floyd and too boring and mellow and all this other stuff. But, again, here we are. I like them, love them, but I still hate Nirvana, and that's not changing anytime soon. But I'll go on another 30-minute rant on Nirvana at a different time. It's too late, and I don't want to give them any more. I just hate Nirvana so much. So, anyways, we're getting towards the end, so I guess we can start slowly wrapping this up. There's my book. But I'm excited for tomorrow. I'm working open to close. Tomorrow's usually a pretty big money day. Usually. And it's August, so school's back in session. Summer. June and July is the slowest months for us. And we're finally through it. In August, it's going to slowly pick up. In September, football's back. And hey, look, man, I have my issues with football, but people tip well, and they order a lot during football season, especially on, Sunday. Working Sunday open to close in the tip industry might be the best decision you can do. Even if you work 4 to 5 hours on a Sunday at night, like, there you go, man. You're not like set, but you're making bank doing that. Like, if you want to get a part-time job somewhere, just work Friday through Sunday or Thursday through Sunday during football season. You'll make good money. You will, especially if you can do an open to close, which is a roughly 10 hours. And I get 10 hours is a long shift, but put it in perspective, a 10-hour shift at the post office is like, wow, that was a short day. Like, hey, that's cool. That's a warm up for what the normal shift is like. At this job, it's so much. The hours go by so much more smoothly. It's just a nicer job. It's better paced, and all this other stuff. So, anyways, I'm looking forward to it, and I guess that's another thing in that I've been focusing on when I've just been growing up the last few years is just. There are some days where I look forward to going to work because I quickly found this out. When you save up, you can do stuff. You can go out and make your own magic happen. Which I can't talk about it now because I'm about to end this thing. But I went to Seattle. Whoa, did you hear that voice crack? I went to Seattle. It sounded like Chris Walken. I went to Seattle. I saw the Space Needle. It was incredible. Okay, I'm done with that. But I'm definitely going to talk about that. I went to Seattle in 2021 with me and my girlfriend at the time. And then last year, I just did another voice crack. Man, what is wrong with me? And this isn't a late night thing. My voice cracks all the time. It's like a bad Jerry Seinfeld impression. What's the deal with your voice cracking? Nobody likes it, but your body still does it. How ironic is that? So next time, I swear to God, I did it again. There's the hat trick. We got the natural hat trick, ladies and gentlemen. So, I'll talk about Seattle and New York. So I went to New York last year with a bunch of friends. We flew to New York, stayed there for 3-4 days. Then we flew to Pittsburgh and stayed with a friend of ours and his cousin for another 3 days, I think. And then we flew back, stopped over in Vegas for a layover and then came back to Phoenix. So I'll talk about that next time because, like I said, I've been able to do all this stuff because I've been working, saving up. So I've been able to travel and do more stuff. And I have big plans in the future for traveling and all this other stuff, which, again, I will talk about next time. Anyways, it's 4:16. I got to read and go to bed. I'm going to turn this. We're going to shut it down, turn off console. Oh, jeez. Turn the TV off. Turn the AC back on in a second. Anyways, I don't remember how I used to log off on these things, so, I guess, deuces.